Hello guide, Colonel Ninny here. LF Sleater 72 and I are out hunting. He's flying the lead and I am his wingman. So what this means is when a target comes into sight, he'll be the first one to go and I will support him. He sees a target and uses his energy advantage to swoop down and come around behind the target. I shoot and damage him and climb to maintain the energy advantage. It was not a good choice for the MiG because now he has the 190 on his tail. And the situation gets worse for him as I come on his tail as well. The protocol of the wingman now is to allow the lead to go for the kill, and all the while protecting his 6. Because if I open fire, I'm likely to hit my own guy. But he shoots down the MiG and now it's time to climb up, gain some altitude and look for the next target. And so now we're safe, it's time to check the map and see where we are. The strategy is simple. We try to keep the fight on our side of the lines by drawing the enemy to us. Here, if we get shot down, we parachute and grab another aircraft. But if he gets shot down and parachutes, he becomes a prisoner of war. And that was exactly what happened during the Battle of Britain. When the experienced German pilots were shot down, they were out for the remainder of the war. We both have to admire the tenacity of the downed MiG pilot who is now coming back at us in the I-16, which is a much more difficult aircraft for us to fight. There's an old adage that says, know your enemy better than you know yourself. And to know your enemy in the game means to understand his aircraft's performance, to assess its strengths and weaknesses so that you can exploit them, not the other way round. Let's have a look at how the I-16 or Little Donkey compares to the two fantastic German machines. And this is where the skills of all three pilots are really put to the test. Quite simply, a lighter aircraft is generally more maneuverable. This gives the I-16 the advantage over the 190 in climbing at sea level. And this advantage in the climb over the 190 gets better and better as the altitude increases. But in the climb against the 109, it is no match at all. But what really gives the I-16 its edge over the other two aircraft is an ability to turn. Its rate of turn is far faster than either of those, and its speed is slower too. So the German pilots must avoid getting into a turning fight. The only method to fight this aircraft effectively is zoom and boom and energy fighting. You will not be able to outturn it. It'll get on your ass and chew you up, spit you out for breakfast. Truly understanding these differences will make a big difference to how you fight and survive. The higher horsepower of the two German machines allow them to outrun the Russian on the flat. So if he attempts to disengage, he's dead meat. So once the I-16 is engaged in combat with these two German aircraft, he has no option but to stand there toe-to-toe and fight it out. He attempts a head-on approach with me again and smartly changes his mind. And as always, I'm not drawn into the trap of following him down. I climb instead to get the energy advantage. One of the challenges I have here is, although I have the superior energy advantage, when I come down close to him, he will be able to outturn me because I'm going at such a high speed. You'll notice that although I'm upside down, I'm trying not to dive down, and I'm trying to determine which way he's going to go so I can make the best of the attack. So I start a lag pursuit, and suddenly he turns to the left, and there's no way I can match that, so I have to abort and climb back up. And here we are in the same position again. He's distracted by my leader's attack, but is able to outturn me before I can even get there, which means he could be on my tail before I know it. I know that his climb performance is equivalent to mine, so the best I can do is to loop over and attack him head on. He scored one hit on me there. Even so, that was the right tactic for me. But now I've lost some energy advantage here. And now trying to turn into him, he shows his true colors. With his tighter turn radius and slower speed, he can almost get a bead on me. So in the beginning, I had the energy advantage and had two clear chances to take a shot at him. I allowed myself to get into a turning fight. Now I'm in trouble. He's on my 6 and I can't outturn him. We're too close together for me to try to outclimb him, so all I can do is try to outrun him, which I know I can do from the performance data that we studied earlier. I'm also very lucky to have my leader on his 6, which has caused the I-16 to break it off. That means I can get back in the fight. Now my leader has no energy advantage now, and he is at a distinct disadvantage at this time. The Russian has no option now but to turn right to get back to my leader. And look, finally I might have an intercept that will work. Slippery bastard. Zoom and boom, climb for altitude. Looks like my leader is trailing smoke. That means the odds are even more in favor of the I-16 now. This doesn't look good for my leader, but it's a good solution for me. See how quickly the I-16 turned his nose on me. But every time you turn, you slow down and lose energy. I didn't turn, I just kept climbing, and now I have the energy advantage again. I have enough time to climb away and reassess the situation. Where am I on the map? I've drifted south of the front line, and my leader has made it almost all the way home. The I-16's behavior has changed. Why isn't he swooping around and attacking me? I imagine he's probably out of ammunition. I choose to break off the attack because I am now running low on fuel. The bonus for me is I know I can outrun him, and also when I get back to my airbase there will be anti-aircraft fire waiting for him there. He chooses to break off the attack, and that's really the end of the fight. If you've enjoyed this video, found it helpful, please like it or subscribe. Or if there's another topic you'd like me to cover, please